Hey, what's going on, Backyard Smoke? I'm your host James, and today we're cooking up beer can chicken on the Weber Kettle 22, and it's going to be delicious. If you're looking for a succulent chicken dish or a cool way to impress your friends this summer coming up for the barbecues, well, this dish right here is going to do it for you. It's real simple, the ingredients are easy, and I'm going to show you guys how we get down. But first, let's go ahead and prep our ingredients. The first thing you're going to need: charcoal. I'm using B&B lump today with a mixture of Kingsford from another cook I just had. Need wood. Choose an apple. Just because I like it, but cherry works well, and peach. The third thing you're going to need, some seasonings. Today we're going to use Stubbs chicken rub. I love his sauces. Gotta try the rubs too. In addition to that, you're going to need a little bit of butter, just to make it shine and give it some moisture. And most importantly, two more things: you're going to need chicken and you're going to need some beer. You don't got to use expensive beer, you can use any beer. I like a good IPA, that's what I'm using today. In addition to that, get you a nice sized whole chicken, and I'll show you guys how I prep this whole thing up. So let's go ahead, get into the kitchen and get this started, and I'll see you. So one of the first things I like to do whenever I'm doing a chicken is to just pat off a bunch of excess moisture. This kind of just, one, it cleans it up, and two, allows for potentially a crispier skin depending on how high the heat is. Then I'd like to do is just put this back into the fridge for a while and just kind of let the air dry. It's not something you have to do, but it's a personal preference of mine. What you didn't see is I did go ahead and get a wire rack to go ahead and have this lifted off so it doesn't sit inside of its own juices anymore. But yeah, just leave it back in the fridge for about another hour, and you should be good to go. So it's been about an hour, and I went ahead and pulled it out the fridge. So what I'm doing now is just going ahead and spritz it with some regular spray butter. This is going to help it with a binder, and we're going to go ahead and season with the Stubbs chicken rub. I'm not using any salt with this one because the chicken rub has a very high salt content. So when you're doing chicken, always season and over season if you can. The reason is chicken is very bland, and with a whole bird like this, it has to go through. So a couple of tricks that I do is I season, then I pat it, season some more. And for a whole bird, you want to lift up the wings, lift up the legs, and also season inside of the cavity. This is just going to help give a lot of flavor through and through, even though we are putting a beer can on top, or putting the chicken on top of a beer can. You'll still want to make sure you get your seasonings done properly. Alright, so all we're going to do now is crack open our beer. Make sure it's warm, because you don't want cold beer going into your birds. You want nice room temperature beer, so it's close to the same temperature as your chicken. So we're going to go ahead and pour it into the stainless steel cylinder. Drop about a tablespoon of butter into the beer. This will just melt and steam along with the chicken while it's on the smoker. Then we're just going to go ahead and place the chicken over top of the beer can that was provided in the Weber accessories. You want to make sure it fits well. Slide it right over the cavity, and then kind of just set it up real nice and easy. And then from there, I like to go ahead and just kind of re-season it again for any seasonings that's fallen off, or that fell off or rubbed off while I was touching it. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and set the grill up. The grill setup for this is real easy. We have 2 Weber charcoal baskets, some B&B lump mixed with the Kingsford that I already used from another cook a few days prior. So just go ahead, have your vents wide open on the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and adjust the top. We're looking for a temperature of 350 to 375 degrees. I like to use the tongs a lot just to sort out my coals and kind of place them where I feel they should be best utilized for heat, and so that way one side is not too much hotter than the other. Slap on a little bit of apple chunks and you're good to go. We're going to go ahead and shut it down and come back in a few minutes. Alright, so the grill is up to temp. We're sitting at just around 350 degrees. We're going to go ahead and place our chicken on, and we're just going to leave it here, you guys, for about 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and pop our probes inside, and once the probes are in into the thickest part of the breast, we're looking for an internal temperature of 165 degrees. And from then, we'll just go ahead and pull it and let it rest. Apologies for the technical difficulties on the last clip, but here we have the final version of the chicken. It came out really good. The breast was really good and juicy. My only gripe was that the skin on the breast was not as crispy as I was hoping it would get. However, the skin on the thighs, the legs, and the wings came out really good. You can definitely taste the beer flavor as well as the seasoning inside. It tasted wonderful. There's no doubt about that. I do plan on probably adjusting this recipe a little bit more to get even more flavor into the bird. By that, I will probably do an injection directly into the breast. I think that will really help it a lot. Removing the bird from the beer can wasn't too bad. Just be careful, might be a little bit of liquid inside. It's hot, don't want to burn yourself. Use your rubber gloves. Also, we threw in some potatoes there with a little bit of adobo seasoning. Here you can see the leg and thigh area. Tasted wonderful. The kids ate that up really fast. So I want to thank you guys for coming out and watching this and enjoying this little film with me. If you guys like this type of content, please feel free to subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. Other than that, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you at the next video. Have a good one.